Lady Louise Windsor looks ready for action as she competes in the Windsor Park carriage driving trials. Lady Louise Windsor was deep in concentration this afternoon as she competed in dressage events at the Windsor Park carriage driving trials. The 20-year-old royal, who inherited her love of carriage driving from her grandfather the late Prince Philip, clearly took the competition seriously as she travelled around a winding course in Berkshire on Saturday. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. Lady Louise, who is 16th in line to the throne, donned a thick, grey overcoat and a collared shirt as she prepared for the competition, which she paired with a black and white striped helmet. Prince Edward's daughter also wore a pair of white gloves and her glasses for the event, which she clearly took very seriously. Earlier in the day, the young royal was spotted in more casual attire, speaking to a member of staff at Windsor Park in a white baseball cap and waterproof coat. It isn't unusual for Lady Louise, who is the niece of the king, to be spotted competing at carriage driving competitions, after she made her debut in the sport at the age of 17. She is following in the footsteps of her late grandfather Prince Philip, who took up the hobby at the age of 50 in 1971 after retiring from polo. Earlier this month, Lady Louise had worked as an official at the Royal Windsor Horse Show. But on the fourth day, the 20-year-old was free to enjoy the day as a spectator as she was led into the ground in Berkshire in a horse and carriage, as her mother, the Duchess of Edinburgh, arrived in a similarly stylish fashion. Lady Louise donned a beige hat and tweed jacket as she arrived at the event, and her enthusiasm for equestrianism was clear as she smiled warmly upon arrival. Meanwhile her mother Sophie, 59, donned a navy ensemble featuring a top hat with frilled detailing as she dressed to impress on the closing day of the festival. Their chipper demeanours reflect a time of high spirits within the royal family after Sophie's uncle, King Charles, returned to public-facing engagements following the good news that his doctors are positive about his treatment. A day earlier, a beaming Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, and her daughter Lady Louise Windsor flung their arms round each other on meeting at the event, where the St Andrews student was working as an official. The King and another niece Zara Tyndall were also snapped hugging at the show. Sophie and Edward, Duke of Edinburgh, were delighted to bump into trilby-hatted Louise, 20, as she worked as an official at the show's carriage driving event. She also caught up with her 16-year-old brother James, Earl of Wessex, at the show as he accompanied mother Sophie, 59, just days after her historic visit to war-torn Ukraine. The 20-year-old royal was pictured in a high-vis jacket, a branded gilet, and a badge marking her as an official as she carried a pen and paper and walked around the grounds. She managed to break away from Mum's embrace to zoom round the show on a fat tired e-bike to monitor the carriage driving, an enthusiasm she had been introduced to by the late Prince Philip. Lady Louise Windsor was spotted mucking in at the Royal Windsor Horse Show this afternoon as her parents attended as spectators. The 20-year-old royal, who is 16th in line to the throne, was pictured in a high-vis jacket, a branded gilet, and a badge marking her as an official as she carried a pen and paper and walked around the grounds. Lady Louise's parents, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, and her brother James, Earl of Wessex, attended the same event as spectators and appeared to be enjoying the show, but it was a day of hard work for their daughter. The royal, who is not often seen in public, donned a trilby hat and glasses, and wore her hair in a low ponytail away from her face so she could concentrate. On the bottom, she donned comfortable tracksuit bottoms and practical waterproof boots.